Growing up, we all had very different experiences. There's no secret in that there. And a lot of times here, that difference is really evident when it comes to how boys and girls are raised. While it's not intentional, a lot of times that brush it off mentality is carried well into adulthood. And that is just one reason why mental health experts say men in our society can struggle to be open when it comes to emotions. In this week's Healthy Living, we share how one Kirkland firefighter is encouraging other men to be open about mental health and PTSD.
It's all good being vulnerable. It is all good.
9 years ago, Ryan Schaefer left his job in finance for a job in public service.
But I think there's a lot of compounding effects that can come from this job.
Ryan quickly learned his role as a firefighter with the Kirkland Fire Department would not only include helping the community, but also helping his fellow crew members.
We see a lot of trauma. We see just a lot of things that people probably aren't meant to see on a day in and day out basis.
Working as a first responder can open men and women up to mental health issues like post-traumatic stress disorder.
The call's over, then all of a sudden you sometimes start processing it and thinking about it.
It's something that has been traumatic in one's life, and that traumatic event or a series of events, it could even be a loss, significant loss, could be a form of abuse. It could be a form of trauma of really any kind.
Dr. Greg Jans is the founder of the Center, a place of hope. And he says oftentimes we can already be vulnerable from a past experience.
There is a line that gets crossed.
And then something pushes us over the edge, triggers us, so to speak. And then we start to see symptoms like anger or flashbacks and nightmares.
It can be like a ticking time bomb. You try to just go along and ignore it for a while.
Ryan says while he doesn't battle PTSD day in and day out, he isn't exempt from the mental struggles that can come with the trauma they experience.
I think we do all have our triggers. It's maybe when you run a call that can somewhat be parallel to your own life, where you can kind of feel that crossover a little bit.
And it's because of that harsh reality that Ryan is working on reducing the impacts of the trauma within the department through their peer support team.
I feel honored that they would look at me as somebody that they can talk to, and then it does become a very healing process for myself as well, to then all of a sudden have somebody else that I can listen to and talk to and share some of my own experiences. Here I am, somebody that's an open resource for others, and maybe I'm just one of the people I'm talking about all the time.
Ryan says it's important for people to seek help if a strong support system isn't in place.
It's no different to me than someone hiring a personal trainer or a nutritionist to help with their physical well-being. No one gives that a second thought.
He encourages other men to be open, saying there is strength in vulnerability.
Be open, be honest, be brave around your own weaknesses. And through that, then we can all grow and help one another out along the way.
So Dr. Jans tells me that trauma has different effects on men and women. It kind of manifests differently. And with the added stress of the pandemic, it won't be a surprise to see more people with PTSD in the future. Now, Ryan says when it comes to dealing with his stress, he works out often, he drinks a lot of water, and he tries really hard to stick to a sleep routine. He does have a podcast where he discusses stress and trauma. It's called The Bravest Kind. If you're interested, you can add him to your support system. But if you need more on our healthy living stories, we got you. We got you supported there at Q13Fox.com for more details.